Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is the power of forgiveness. And I'm not talking about forgiving other people or anything like that. I'm talking about the power that the church uses against us. I've talked to you guys earlier about me getting into stuff that's about, power, crime, and corruption and other things. And we're going to talk about it. We talk about a lot of crime here, and we talk about a lot about how the world runs here, mixing up the things that we like with some of the stuff that is real, because a lot of these things that happen in these shows and in these movies, they happen in real life, and a lot of them are based on stuff that has happened in real life. And if you've been out in the world and you see how things really are, you know the world really is a crime-ridden place full of power and corrupt power, where people that are much like us, moralistic or have our own moralistic values, see things for what they really are. Now, we're going to be talking about the power of forgiveness in terms of it being powerful. Now, what I mean by that is that the churches use the power of forgiveness against people. Churches use the power of forgiveness as a form of keeping people one way or some place and things of that nature. But what I'm going to tell you is this right here is basically that the power of forgiveness is not for everyone. The church tells you that it's something that's for everyone, and it is not. It is not. Listen, forgiveness is for people around you, people that you love. In this world, you're going to be hurt. You're going to get hurt. We all get hurt. And sometimes it's by the people that you love or people that love you. Now, there's a difference between a person that, okay, they hurt you and they didn't mean to do it, and a person that hurt you and they meant to do it, and a person that hurt you and they didn't know was going to hurt you. There's different levels of this. Now, when it comes down to a person that hurt you and they didn't mean to do it, you're going to get a forgiveness. You're going to forgive them easily because they were not trying to hurt you. A person who hurt you and they didn't know they hurt you, again, an easy forgive. Now, a person that hurt you and they meant to hurt you, they knew it would hurt you, that's a little bit different. Now, this is what I want to say to you is basically this. When it comes down to it, it's about people that are close to you. All right. Forgiveness is for mainly the people around you. Forgiveness is for your inner circle. This is just the truth. It is for your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, your cousins. And it depends on the level of forgiveness or the level of what's been done to you. Now, in terms of someone stealing something from you or someone that did something they never should have done, and heck, some people would even include sleeping with spouses. These things are forgivable, but some people cannot come back from them. Again, this is something about levels of things. Now, things like murder or, other things like putting people's life on the line or setting people up or killing people or rape or molestation, those things are different. Those are pretty much daggone near unforgivable. So when it comes down to it, can you come back from that? Even with your inner circle, it all depends on you and what you can take and what you can't take. Because remember, you still need your respect. Now, if you're talking about like the church, we're talking about they're going to forgive you all the time. They're going to forgive you. They're going to forgive you. The church does that. You're not meant to be like that. Christ never meant for forgiveness to be for everybody. Again, he meant it for your inner circle, or ones that's close to you. And it's up to you if you choose to do it or not. Of course, you can't let them hold power over you. You got to let that go inside of you. But still, when someone does something that they know, something that was bad or something like that, then it's up to you to forgive them or not. All right. And not only that, you can't let it hold you, but you can remember what they did. Now, the main thing I'm saying to you is this right here. You're saying to me, well, what did Christ mean? Well, what he meant, again, it was your inner circle. That means that I'm not going to forgive a person who's stealing from me and they're my enemy, a person who murders my people, or a person who intently trying to take you down. The church will make you believe forgive everybody for everything. Forgiveness is not for everybody. Let me tell you, it is a weakness. Do not listen to people that tell you that. Let me tell you why. Christ himself, right? When he went to that temple and he saw people with their selling stuff at his father's temple, right? They were selling chickens. They were out there playing around, gambling, money, prostitution. There was a lot of stuff going on there. He didn't walk up to them and say, yo, I forgive you for what you did. No, he went and he whooped their ass. That's what he did. He turned over everything they had. He beat the hell out of them and said, my father's house will not be used for this. That goes to show you that his forgiveness was meant for the inner circle. It was not meant for these other people that do these other offenses. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because a lot of people in this world believe in the forgive you for anything. And it is not meant to be for that. You have to have a strength about you. You have to have a structure about you. And if you don't have those things, people are going to go against you and use it against you all the time. So that's me telling you the truth. That's what Christ really meant about his forgiveness. Okay. Remember this about God. You may call him God. I call him the Most High. This is a warrior. Anybody who says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand, and a foot for a foot, that's not the mindset of a person that forgives you all the time. That's a mindset of a person that, look, I'm going to war with you. So I'm telling you guys what the truth is. I know what the church tell you, but don't believe that. You got to have common sense on your own. You can believe whatever you want to believe in, but at the end of the day, you're going to have your own common sense about things. So that's pretty much me telling you the truth in terms of the power that mainly has been around us pretty much for a long time, with the church telling you forgive everybody. You're not meant to do that. You're meant to forgive your inner circle. Like, for example, with Christ, one more time before we get out of here, it was up to him. He told Peter he would deny him 3 times. Even with Judas backstabbing him, that's up to Christ whether he forgive him or not, because that's in his inner circle. Now with Peter, I think he may forgive him, and heck, even with Judas, he might even forgive Judas. Hard to say. All I know is when it comes down to it, that's what we mean there. That's what I'm pretty much saying to you guys there. But that's pretty much what I got to say in regards to this stuff right here. We're going to talk more about it. It's more about power, crime, and corruption. We're going to keep talking about that. But to you guys out there, I want to say to you, I'm not going to say be safe. I'm going to say stay dangerous. Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes.
War quote.
Hey, how are you doing? This is your boy Bobby Beast here. I'm going to tell you something. When it comes down to it, you can be a good person, and that's a good thing. You can be a person that's about peace, and that is also a good thing. But there are times when you have to learn how to be a person who can't care about peace and being good. Well, you can still be good, but sometimes you have something inside of you where you have to fight. Sometimes you have to have something inside of you where you have to go to war. There's a part of you that has to fight for what you believe in. If you really love something, don't you fight for it. In this life, there are people who will play the good in you against yourself and consistently try to go against you or make you go against yourself. When it comes to dealing with people like that, you have to be watchful, observant, cold, calculating, heartless, and cold. That's me just telling you what you have to do in regards to dealing with your enemies. Hey, how